What's up, YouTube? This is Sea-Dog back with another review, and this time it's on the Commander double clutch with the rally bots. And these are the rally bots. We have this is the race car drone, this is the drag racer drone, this is the tuner drone, and this is the street racer drone. So we have all those, and yeah, so pretty cool. We'll take a quick look at the packaging here. That is the packaging. Let me get this out of the way. There we go. So you can see the back. That's the back of it. We'll have a little blurb here on the side if you want to read that. And then also we have a blurb here on this side. That's kind of a the old bios that they actually took time into. And we have, of course, on the bottom here, just like that. There we go. The strength and the intelligence and all that. This is the front of the packaging. We have the art of the figure wrapping around the side, and that's kind of what the packaging looked like before. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Alright, so like I said, these are just the drones. We'll take a quick look at each one of these. So pretty cool. This one looks kind of like a BMW or something. You know, not the green stripes, but kind of like from the front, or like a Rolls Royce, or whatever those are. This one kind of looks like a AUTOBot mixed with mud flap, doesn't it? Got the Autobot symbol. This is my least favorite drone. This is my favorite one looks-wise, whoops, but it's not my favorite one functional-wise. You have to manually do it. So I'll show you that when I get to it. And it's a real pain in the ass to do it from far away. And then we have the race car drone, which has pretty cool blues to it. So yeah. Alright, so we're going to move those in the back, and we're going to take out double clutch here. And yeah, so he's pretty cool. I like the, you know, the front of the old kind of car look. It's got like a 80s kind of car, or early 90s maybe. Nice flames. The plastic's cool. It doesn't have a lot of that swirl shit in it, so I like that. Wheels roll pretty good. Got nice tail lights painted in and all that, and they got the acetane type of windows and windshield. You can see this like a tinted window. Got painted grills and whatnot. And to transform this, basically you want to start back here and loosen up all from here. Take this part up right here and pop this whole thing up. And it sits in under there, and you kind of invert it back up a little bit like that. Then you can unseat the arms, which are the doors, like that. And then what you do is you pull out the combiner tabs from the bottom here. Whoops. All right. Like that. And then you want to put the wheels to the back while you pull out the arms, which can be a little tricky. Like that. Not really, but alright. And next, before you do anything, you want to lift up the arms like this. Let's see if we can get there. There we go. And then you want to revert that 180. Then you're going to want to flip this down, put these wheels to the back, and you flip out this peg, because that peg is going to go into that slot right there. So, and the way I do that is I pull this down and I slot it in like that, because if you do it like this, it kind of goes in an angle. It works, yes, but you can get a better grip at doing it like this, because it can angle the piece better. Like, watch, you see, angles the piece better. So I usually just do it like that to start, and then flip it up or whatever, or kind of have it half flipped up. All right. Then you want to go to the legs, so you separate them at the feet. There's a couple tabs and holes. Then this is pretty cool. You flip down the front of the car to the back underneath, and you lift up the front of the hood and pull out the combiner tabs or combiner ports, I guess, for heels. So he has heels. That's kind of cool. Once again, flip the front of the car to the feet. Pull the back of the hood open, back of the legs and the front of the car's hood, and then pull out the heels. So we're starting to get a picture here. And he's got a head that swivels. Then you just want to loosen up this, so it gets in his arms. And then the last thing you want to do, the last thing you want to do is just kind of seat everything together. This is double clutch. And there you go. Pretty cool. I like him. There's a few problems with him. He's got swivels here. He can swivel up like that, but he can't go outward. You can swivel the bottom arm and this ball joint. It also gets a double joint kind of. It's a single joint, but it gets a double joint range, and it will go all the way down too. It's got no, it's a double joint. What am I talking about? Because it's got the hinge, and then it's got the ball joint too. So yeah. And then you can also do this. Sorry about that, guys. You can also do this weird swivel. Yeah, hold on. Let me get this back on there. You can also do this weird swivel right here, so it swivels the arm forward and to the side. So you can get that swivel just out of the shoulder alone, which is kind of weird and kind of cool. And I thought there was a way to, yeah, no. I guess this just kind of flops up in the back. It's been a little while since I messed with these guys, but you know, I got it going. Okay, so you don't get any hip movement, which is lame as hell, but it's basically for the combined mode. So you can only go front to back, and it has nothing to do with this in the way. See? It's just the way it's designed. There's a tab there, right there, that gets in the way, and that's for locking it into combiner mode. He's got a waist swivel. Actually, I mean, you can kind of do it like this, but it only goes a little bit. So yeah, he's got a waist swivel. Yeah, you got the back in the way, so it only goes like that. It kind of loosens it up. You got a head swivel, and it will go up and down a little bit. Like you can get it to look like it looks down and look like it's looking up. But it's this rocking joint. There's no actual range of a ball joint or anything. It's on a swivel, and then you got that sinking joint. Kind of get it to look like it's looking up for some poses. That's pretty much his. He has knees, and he has thigh swivels, and he has feet and ankles as well, and the ankles will go up and down. So that's his range. Now to transform him into combiner mode, see, this peg is kind of a pain. It seats there and everything, but when you're messing with it, it can kind of get unlodged. These are how you want the pegs. You don't want them to be sitting out the side. So you kind of want them to be sticking straight out the back. That's how he's going to look, like that. All right. So to combine him, you want to. This is where you do it. So first you want to flip up the arms, okay? Just like that. And then you're going to want to use the ball joint and swivel just the forearm a quarter of a turn. So, whoops. Don't worry, they don't come apart that easily when you're handling it in close range. It's mainly because I'm reaching ahead of me. So you want it like that. Okay? And then you want to lift this up and you want to flip down the head. Like that. And then you repeg everything back in. And this time we're going to have this flap down. But before you put the flap down, you're going to want to take one of these mold kind of air vent things, whatever they're called, like they have here at the swivel too. And you want to lock them into that tab I showed you that was blocking the range. Oh yeah, you can have some outward movement. You can kick them all the way out if you want, but it has to lock into the tab. But he has some outward. He does have some forward, like, you know, but it kind of springs back. That's about as much forward. Same with backward. So, but there's not a lot anyway. So you want to lock that into that tab, like that. See? And then you swivel it, and then you keep it down, and you pull these all the way to the down, all the way straight down. Same thing on this side, directly up into that tab. Let's see if we can get a better shot. See, it's in that tab, swivel, down, come back to the connector point down. Now you want to really make sure there's swivels in there. You might have to do it again. There, pop it in there, pull that down. That's kind of his loincloth. Alright, next you want to do the head. So before we mess with the arms, you want to go back here, flip this back, and then there's a head here. Now there's a couple tabs here and here that will seat into holes here and here. Like that. Pull the head up like that, and then you flip this all the way to the back like that. And then these holes on the doors and the back of the arms will sit into those parts right there. And it's a little bit tricky because you have to use that hinge, but in the directions show it goes straight back, so you kind of have to work with it to get it to really to attach into there, but you want it to attach like that. Same thing on this side, down and attach like that. And like I said, sometimes it like that. Okay, now the hard part, which what I mean by hard is that it's a little bit tricky to do this because you need leverage, but we're going to try it anyway. So you want to attach that in there like this, and these automatically transform. That's the whole gimmick of these. And we're going to be making an appearance with the last combiner too. So you flip up that, and then the way you do the rest of it is you kind of manually do it. You flip this up, and then you pull this to the back. That's how this one works. Now the other ones work on their own. We'll use the black one. So the way you do him is you lift it up a little bit, and then you connect the connector in there, and then it transforms this leg like that. And now we have the legs. There we go. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. Alright, next up we want to do the arms. So you want to hold it by the top here, and it will start transforming automatically. And you really want to kind of give it support because it's definitely going to come up loose if you do that. Alright, then you got that arm. And then we do this one. And this one is in the top. So you push it like that. And like I said, you probably want to make sure everything's re-pegged together afterwards. So, yeah, you're going to definitely want to do that. So you peg that in, and you peg that in. That's after, just to make sure everything's together. And then this is our power core combiner. Make sure the lights are on and all good and everything. And there you go. He's got a swivel head. We'll swivel back and forth. He can swivel his arms. You can also, he has got a hinge on that arm to go out. And like I said, with reaching ahead, it's a little bit tricky to get it to stay, but it can go out on this hinge and forward and back. No knees. Some of them have knees, like they'll go. The only knee it'll have is this way, and that's just not going to work for this figure. But that's the figure right there. So take a good look. And we're going to actually transform Ice Pick. Alright, so here's Ice Pick from the other day. If you haven't seen that review, go back and watch it. And we're going to switch this up a little bit. We'll put this one guy in there and watch it transform. So into the foot. Then we have this one, which you go on this side. You'll see this one does have knees because that's the way a lot of them do have that. And then we do this one where, like I showed you kind of have to do it manually. And then we're going to raise the hammer. Let me do this part right here. This one stays together much better, this figure, because he doesn't have popping off arms. And I wanted to show that. And there you go. Now this guy for range, he's got he's only got this swivel here to go up. He's got, you can swivel it here or on the joint here. Oops, his arms are not in cross straight. He's got the head swivel I showed you before. He's got the legs that go out, front, back, and he's got knees. So you can always swivel them too on the. I should have showed you that in the other one. You can swivel them here. So they do have some posability, and this one is, of course, has the same posability. Oh yeah, and they do have up and down. My bad. This just one is stuck for whatever reason. There we go. So that's my review. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay awesome. Stay stubbed. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace. I'm out.